What's up, guys? This is Heist. Today we're playing Railroads Online with my buddy Con, and this time we're going to build the alignment to the iron mine. And oh my god, it's a pain. We're probably not going to finish it. It's fine. You'll see what happens. Let's get into it.
How's it going? I did some smelter work.
I can see that. The lineup looks a little different. There's an extra track down there.
Yeah, I took your... I took motivation from last time you were like, the smelter is like its own industry. And then I was like, well, the way we had the main line tying in before, if someone was managing the smelter and, trying to shunt stuff around, they would actually interrupt the main line flow. And I thought, well, that's really stupid. So I separated the main line out, and you'll see we'll get to a point where there's like a switch off to go into the smelter. So now when we actually start to do some smelter operations, we can manage it as its own inventory with, with that, what was that engine, the 060 or whatever?
Yeah, the Class 48. We got to get it. I'm excited.
Should be good. You saying it was a coal hauling freight place? Like it was mainly used for freight? It wasn't long distance hauling, or it was both? Or
well, the Class 48 originally, when built, was like it was supposed to be a yard goat, which is the slang for the engine that hangs out around the yard and switches cars out and builds trains and sometimes would switch out the shop too. And if you got a broken locomotive, that kind of thing. So those little wheelbases make it really good, and no leading wheels or trailing wheels means that it may not have tracked at high speeds as good as something like a 240 or a 260, but all your weight's on the drivers, which means you can tug at just about anything around you possibly can. So they were really good at the yard.
They shake more too, then, right? Like when they're
less stable. They hunt more as they go down the railroad, which is the kind of side to side dance between the rails that the trains do.
Right. So yeah, you'll see here the main line's really far away now. We could do all sorts of shunting operations at the smelter. Loading up iron's gonna be fun because we have to load it up on a single line and then reassemble the train.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Yeah, we used to tie in. We tied in like just past the loading dock at the end of the last episode.
Yeah, like right here. So. And then I thought it wasn't really acceptable. I'm gonna pull the reverse or more. Does it? It feels like we don't have fire. We don't have fire. Okay.
Well, you don't have fire, but your safety valve's still going, so you have full pressure. So, should be fine.
Interesting. Yeah, the fire was 366 degrees Celsius. There we go. Perfect.
That's how that works. Sure.
Yeah. All right. Now we're hauling the mail. Yeah, so basically, we just keep going along here. The main line's just kind of off on its own. You kind of have to loop all the way around the smelter, which is... it's a bit unfortunate, so kind of an extra length of track to do, but it is also, 2% or less, so it kind of helps to...
name of the game, yeah. You gotta wind around.
And when we have long trains, it means like you're literally going from this to that main line right above us, but I mean, it should be fine. And then here we get to the tie-off section, so let's just slow this down a bit. But here, yeah, this is where basically we would switch onto that siding. And once we're on the siding, then we could drive all the way down this siding to the very, very end and then back the train in and do our smelter operations. And then, of course, if we're leaving, we push the train out from the smelter with the engine in reverse, which we can do with the turntable there. We have brakes tied, by the way.
Do we? Let me check.
Yeah, we're slowing down. Like
caboose is on completely, yeah. It's fine.
Oh, okay, good. We've just been
wearing down the brake shoes. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how they do this in real life, but I figured, having this extra siding turn off would make more sense because now we can, we pull off onto the sideline and now we can completely operate the smelter without ever interrupting the main flow of trains through.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
If we ever needed to.
Yeah, the whole premise behind operations like this is that you want to make sure that the main doesn't get fouled when you're switching or when you're going to the industry or anything like that. And this is a really great setup in order to kind of operate the industry as its own thing. Because a lot of industries, particularly smelters and steel works and all things like that, actually had their own railroad and own employees. And so it would just be like an interchange service. So one thing that we could do, which would be fun to try out, would be to have, a road job that would bring in the cars for the smelter, bring them into this passing track siding, have their road engine hop off and go on to its next assigned duty or go get serviced at the shop, and then have the smelter's very own 060 come and service the cars and do everything at the smelter itself and be a switch job. And one thing that was
I should change this out a little bit, right?
I think that would be neat if you did. If you add a switch there, we could put a head shunt in, which is really common in British railroading, a little bit less so in American, but definitely a neat way to operate this. If you make this a crossover just like that and give us enough space to park an engine right here, we could know, hey, if there's a train coming into the smelter, we could bring the yard goat over, park it in the head shunt, and then when the train comes in, the road engine comes in, drops the cars off, it goes around back onto the main, goes where it's going to go, and then the yard engine can come in, pick up the cars that it's already stashed behind, and move them on into the smelter. So it's a neat little setup.
Just be like a little...
Maybe 100 foot of track, maybe. Just enough to park an engine out in the clear, and then a buffer, and that'll be great.
Perfect.
So we got a little head shunt, and that way as well, we've got a little bit of extra room to use as a drill track. So if you're pulling out a huge line of cars from the smelter for some reason, we probably have enough siding. I don't think we'll actually use it. But if you were pulling out a massive one, you could back up into this drill track.
I literally built this siding. There's this huge flat section we're in right here, if we look at the map, and then I figured the Iron Valley keeps going up this way. Now, ideally with this setup, it would be nice if we could somehow tie the coal into this same valley line at some point as well. So like everything that's iron or coal is always going down this same main line.
I think we could probably do that. I think that's very doable. Yeah.
We might have to do some crazy mountain climbing at the iron mine to get to the coal mine, but I feel like we could make some cool track, and that way this is just sort of the only main line. But yeah, this is the siding I laid out basically just because there's this huge valley here, and it'll be super cool to do some proper yard operations. We like last time I played through this game, everything was a loop. It was always loops everywhere. And I feel like this time we should do stuff more proper. Like with the iron mine, it would be straight sections of track with a turntable and like little shunting areas, and trains to hook up. And we're not going very far.
We're not. I can see the end of track up there. I figured it'd be funny if I went and ran into the end of it, though.
Yeah. Well, okay. I think you're just gonna kind of bonk a little bit here. Yeah,
Don't.
That's how physics
there
work.
it is. That's a very strong end of track device.
Yeah. You might want to back up.
You got to delete it now.
I'm gonna delete.
Lord knows, in the past, you've deleted plenty of track out from underneath the poor Montezuma.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's clearly operator error. Oh, you're actually derailed.
Oh, we derailed the tender? All right, I get to pee in a cup. That's very fun.
All right, well, you can
it's
fix
fine.
That.
It still rolls.
Today, Heist is going to actually try and kind of navigate a little bit so we can make our way down this valley. We're going to try and keep it like, at this grade so we don't go down anymore.
Yeah, we don't want to go down, but if we could keep it at this height till the very end and then just climb all the height at the end, I think it'd be fun.
All right, what kind of bridge would be used here to cross this river?
Something small and wooden. Either one of the wood options, most likely, because the steel bridges were really for really tall kind of viaduct-looking things.
Right.
It's looking like you can come up on the right side of the bank, cross the river, and then just stick on that right side, I think. I've actually not built track through here yet, so this is going to be a fun one.
This is so it's so flat, dude. Like it's unbelievably flat.
Yeah, I've actually never.
I'm at 0% grade, and the track's just perfectly placed.
I've never been in this valley before, actually. I've only ever laid in the far valley for the coal mine with the other river,
right?
Or up past the other way out the smelter. So this is a new one for me. Okay, it's looking like you might have to get a little bit closer to the river up here because there's a bit of a raised piece, but it should be wide enough that it should work.
I'm curious if this valley is going to dip down before. Wait, did you re-rail it? You didn't even. I don't even care. You know what? That's your job.
I didn't re-rail it, and it was rolling just fine. So it's fine. We can scar every tie.
Okay, real life though. Yeah, this would destroy the ties.
Yeah, the ties would be obviously wrecked with the weight of the flange.
It popped itself over the track onto the other side. Now it's still derailed, but
that's It's a little interesting.
Oh, now it derailed. Oh, God, we've derailed the majority of the engine. Oh, and the caboose. But
sounds like you derailed it, not we derailed it.
Oh, no, the caboose derailed itself.
Khan's got a peanut cup again.
Okay,
that's what I'm hearing.
This is very laggy. The caboose keeps derailing and re-railing itself. This tender's not having a good time.
We should probably just re-rail the entire thing, is what I'm hearing, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's mostly re-railed now. Anyway, we're back up here. Okay, actually, I can keep going more.
Still can't see it.
Oh,
I just don't think you're rendered in on my end yet because I'm not quite at the end of track.
Oh, boy. I should probably just re-rail this.
And poof, a headlight. Yeah, it is riding on the other side now, isn't it?
Yeah, it flipped multiple times, actually. All right, there we go.
It's fine.
Well, this looks nice though, and then we can. Oh, it dips down.
Yeah, it
The
does
valley
dip
goes
down a little bit. So I think
down.
you want to kind of keep it straight up to about here, and then maybe because you're going to be
Do
pretty
we wanna,
close.
We want to dip down and go down with the valley, and then go up for the iron, like really.
Oh man, that'd be really. That'd be a pretty hard send because we're already at the level of the iron mine. I think we're going to try and keep level and hang to the walls as much as we can and try and keep it level. We could go
Okay.
down if you want to make it extra ridiculous, but
That seems sketchy.
seems a little excessive.
This is where I crossed before. Actually, I went across here. I bridged this.
I think you want to run it pretty straight till we get relatively close to the river because I think you're going to have to shoot the gap through here. And then because, we're going to be good civil engineers on our railroad, I think we want to change to the stone wall when we get kind of close because you wouldn't want the river eroding your ballast. So you'd use some kind of retaining wall as you got close.
So like I would go up to like here. I
Yeah.
feel like this groundwork is actually going to form the river if I do it this way. Like this is, oh my god, yeah.
Oh, it might. You might not need to if it just like gets right there.
Oh no, you're right. This would totally.
Just wash out immediately.
I don't know. Let me put it down. And I'll get your expert civil engineering judgment. This is what it would look like.
Yeah, that's.
That
you
would
would be
wash out,
changing
right?
to. That would wash out
You
so
could
fast.
see where the river disappears.
Yeah. You would absolutely do some kind of embankment there rather than just a.
So that's I
grade.
used these a lot when I was playing on my previous save to use this for any mountain pass, like stuff on the edge of a mountain, right?
Yeah.
But more commonly, this would be used for like road, like on the edge of the mountain. How would they do it? They would just dig it into the rock. They wouldn't
You'd
really
usually
brick it
dig in. Yeah, you wouldn't build out. You'd dig up. Although there were cases where they did build out, the shelf and then put a wall down. And that's actually what this is modeled after. This specific actual stone wall is modeled after the cobble wall at the Alpine Tunnel on the DSP&P, which we've talked about a couple times with the way car and everything. They had a ridiculous tunnel at the top of their alignment called the Alpine Tunnel. And they only had it open for a very short time because the railroading through there was extremely harsh
Wait,
because it was so high.
Are we going right or
So,
left? You're demolishing trees on the right, but
I was thinking we would continue to the right unless you want to cross over.
no,
Again.
no, it's fine. I'll just try and make this more gradual if I can.
I was
maybe?
thinking we would try and, this is a decent shelf through here. I don't know if we're going to be high enough by keeping it flat to stick up here. We might be, though. It's hard to say.
Well, I won't clear this unless I go up a little bit. Which I guess I could do. I could go up. We're going to have to eventually go up anyway.
Yeah, so it doesn't
Could
hurt
go
us if
up
we
a
go
little
up
bit
just
here,
a
like
smidge.
1%.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go up to get to the iron mine, I feel like, inevitably. We're not going to...
Inevitable. Yeah, you have to.
There's
The
no
iron
way
mine
we're
is so much
at the
higher.
height we need to be at. All right, I'm just going to put a little bit of a...
Little ditch
big
crosser
old
right there.
bridge up here, because this is...
Yeah, it's a ditch crosser for sure.
Yeah, you're really high up here.
Yeah.
This is actually really cool, though. This is going to look, I think, pretty decent.
It already does. It's exciting.
I don't know how much of a... I guess that S-bend could get worked out a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
this S-bend is a little bit squirrely. It doesn't really need to be that. I guess we got to get around this hill.
It's not too bad of an S-bend, it doesn't look like from here.
No, it's pretty gradual. Like the curves are all really gradual. Can always work that out later depending on how
Yeah,
it drives with trains.
Should be fine. Fine enough for the little choo-choos we got. So we're kind of up at this level right here. I wish we had a height indicator or something or
Well,
contour
I'm
line.
still at 0. Like I'm out off the previous track. I'm at 0%. So I can
Yeah, I think we
I'll
wanna.
draw this straight out because I can actually go pretty far. So this is like a super gradual turn and this brings me to here.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Kind of nice.
Oh, that looks really nice.
Where is the... We're straight at the iron mine?
We're
Where are we?
aiming
I need to get a
directly
view
at
of
it.
this. I'm trying to figure out where the heck we are.
We are aiming directly at it based on the map if we continue to go straight.
We might end up with a big drop off here.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That'd be funny. Go down to go
Oh
up.
my
I mean,
god, dude, this is huge.
Yeah, this valley's deeper than I thought.
Yeah, holy cow. We're gonna be on the edge of a cliff here for in a second.
Oh yeah, that's just narrow gauge. Just narrow gauging. Just doing
It's
it.
okay, we'll just put some big bridges. We got a big bridge budget.
We proved that, yes.
Yeah, no one can complain about our bridge budget.
It is.
Might have to start building them out of steel though. This wood stuff might not.
Yeah, we're
might
gonna
not-
need steel bridge for this shenanigan up here. I think
Yeah, I think we're point soon.
necessary for sure.
All right, this is gonna be another bridge point. I can already tell.
If we're gonna continue on straight, yeah, because
We got to go all the way across and then hit the other side.
yeah, this
basically.
is.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be huge. All right.
Do we want to bridge or do we want to try and hug a little bit further to the right over here and then make the bridge be a little shorter?
We can do that.
Because that could look
You're
pretty
going a
cool.
little crazy on the tree demolition. You're already making multiple paths. Although I guess trees will respawn when they make a new season, won't they? And then it'll do that update.
You know, I'm not sure.
Because isn't
guess
that what
so.
used to happen whenever it was like, oh, it changed to winter, then and they changed all the trees, then all of a sudden they all respawned except they put like a buffer on your track. And they're
Yeah,
like, we're not,
I think
they didn't
that's right.
spawn within X distance of track.
And we are certainly coming up upon winter time, hopefully.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be snow soon, and
We better get our building
our
done
trees-
first because the white
Yeah.
on white contrast, from what I recall last time, was
with
awful.
the ground, oh my god, yeah, that was
Yeah.
so hard to deal with.
But it was really
Okay, so
pretty.
I
so-
can go to like here,
Okay. Yeah.
like
Oh
that.
yeah. That's a good size fill too. Okay. So
That's,
then
that is, holy cow, that's an aggressive fill, actually. But anyway.
well, if we could get a little tighter, it would be a little smaller. But yeah, either way.
Yeah, but then the problem is, look at straight off the end of the railroad. There's a freaking rock right there. Oh, I guess I can make it tight. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. We can make a tighter radius than that.
Tighter earlier, and then
Yeah,
do the
yeah, I got
reverse
you.
curve sooner. And then we start to bridge like kind of right where I'm at up here.
I got you.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I'm gonna go up ahead and build a scout bridge up top so I can kind of get our bearings on.
Yeah, I don't know how deep this valley. Apparently, the Iron Valley's crazy deep. I didn't
With
realize
that river,
how far
yeah,
down
it's
it was.
super deep. I had no idea either. I've never built anywhere near all the way down it, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
I've never. Which means if we're doing, if we're making like a puller engine, we might have to have the puller engine park up at the iron mine and like come down to pick you up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
helper service.
Or
Yeah,
helper. Yeah, there you go. That's what it's called.
yeah, definitely one of those things. A helper station at the base of the grade to the iron mine's probably going to be necessary. Let's see. All right, I've got bridge 3. It's the tall boy. All right, at least get me out a little bit here. I'm on top of the world. This is like the biggest point around. There's several mountain peaks further off in the distance that are higher, but this is the highest for a while. Okay, I can kind of see what you're doing. Turn that way. We'll cross the little ditch there. Okay, what do we got to do on the other side? That's not quite big and honking, but it will work.
Oh, I see your trestles. Okay. It's like I can get to here with less fill now. Actually, it looks like more proper
Nice. Yeah, that's
on
looking
a
pretty
straight
good.
line. But then,
And then
I'd
if
have
you-
to go
If you
from here
keep,
straight across and then turn it.
I think if you can keep up by the rock and then like maybe another 200 feet from where you're at, change to a bridge and then do a left-hand turn and kind of come
Like a big
underneath.
left sweeping left turn
Big sweeping left turn bridge across.
over this valley.
Yeah, I think that's the move. And then we're going to be
Alright.
kind of canyon walling it a little bit through here, I think.
I pretty much build almost exclusively with circle mode. I find it's the best way to make smooth track.
That is what my commenters have really suggested, and the little bit that I've tried, that definitely seems like the smart way to do it, rather than
Yeah,
freehanding.
it's just easy to like, you line your track up, you go, I think I want to go, this is a
Yeah,
60
circle mode,
meter
you mean
radius.
all the time mode? Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just like you basically, like once you've placed it, it always makes sure that your transitions from one piece to the next that you place are smooth.
Hopefully the depth of the valley is not going to be too much, because I've been told that you can't sky bridge anymore.
Yeah, your bridge's supports have to make it.
They actually have to do what they're supposed to do, but I don't think it's
Yeah,
going
the
to be...
steel's got some pretty tall supports though, which is
Yeah,
good.
I don't think it's going to be too much. I think it'll work. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's rad.
He
Oof.
just had a Snickers bar. That's why he was. Oh, wait, you were talking about the bridge.
Yes, the bridge. The bridge is rad. Not the Snickers bar. Although I'm sure the Snickers bar is very nice. Yeah, it is really sharp, cliffy. Going to be making use of the that stone wall foundation up here pretty shortly.
Dude, surprisingly enough, this bridge is more gradual than the smelter mine bridge.
Is it really?
It is, yeah, this is only 70 meters. The one that we have in the smelter valley is like 60 or 50. It gets down to like 50.
I think it's 50. This looks pretty nice.
This is pretty clean, yeah. Nice little S-bend here to get back onto the main track. And yeah, this is going to be cool. I guess we could bring the train up, right? That would be...
Yeah, definitely.
So we're just hugging this cliff now? Now, so this would be brick foundation, you're saying, to hug the cliff? Or would it be...
That would be probably the most accurate looking thing that we can do in the game, rather than, you know, than
bridging it everywhere.
Big fills or bridging it everywhere. I've got a ghosted one out, and it'll look pretty nice because the texture blends in with the rock pretty well.
Yeah, fair enough.
It'll feel authentically narrow gaugey, as close and tight as you can hug it to the rock face. Then we can always fill back in with more fill to make the wall feel a little bit wider. Because, you know, we can't do cuts, because cuts and like editing the terrain in real time in Unreal Engine is just like
a disaster.
Very much a disaster to code and everything. So it's not possible to really do what the railroad really would have done, but you know, you can make something that looks about the same.
Well, now what? We're just gonna do a big arcing around to the right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep going to the right and just following this chunk of the canyon, I think.
All right.
That seems to be about the best we can do. It's gonna be crazy looking for sure. I'm cutting down trees that are too high.
Well, you don't need to cut those ones down if you don't want. I mean, you can, but we're gonna be
cut
way
them all
further
down,
away.
Con. Cut them all.
Okay, we're gonna be way further away from the mountain than that. That's for sure.
Okay.
I'll tell you that right now.
Well, you're not hugging it tightly enough, Con. Tight and break. Oh, okay, you're doing a bridge. Okay.
Yeah, it's gotta be. I think this looks actually kind of sick.
Look at this
we
too.
can fill in that, and that this is like a fast line.
It's the
I can't believe this is 0%,
dude.
We've gone up from the smelter. It was 0% at the smelter, and then we went up like 1% for that one section just to climb a little bit.
And now this has just been flat the rest of the way, and the river has just disappeared.
Yeah, this is 0%, and it's still like this high up. That's insane. Oh my god, we're just gonna keep going to the right.
I think we're gonna. I mean, so we could cross over if you want.
I don't mind still sticking to the right. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a little tough, I think, because you know we'd have to really find where to put it. You know, we'd have to have the right height.
How low? I guess here's the question: is how low does this fill go? Wow, dude, this is insane. Actually, holy cow! Oh,
bye, Con.
Did you see it?
Insert Mario sound effects here as you fall to your death.
Well, if we want to do, it has to be a bridge. The fill is not deep enough.
Okay.
So it'd have to be a metal bridge, is where it's at.
Gotcha.
So I guess it's up to you if you wanna, if you think we should cross. Well, I guess we can stick on this side for a bit anyway, and then make
I think
our
this
way.
side's gonna be a little bit easier coming up shortly. Probably. I think maybe. I'm not sure.
Dude, we're like, this is like the edge of death on this cliff. Like, holy, look at this view from down here. Like,
definitely.
I can't believe this is 0%. That's awesome. Like, we're gonna be able to haul super huge trains up this pass, no issue.
At least to here, yeah.
At least to here, yeah.
Once we get to the iron mine, it might be a different story.
How low are we though? Like, the iron mine's not that far up, is it?
It's pretty far up. Remember how long my 2% line was?
Yeah, but did you start at the smelter? You did, right?
Yeah, and there was a brief stint of nothing. Why is there a bridge support here?
I don't know. I don't see one.
There's one on my end.
I'm ghosting right now.
That's probably what it is.
You're somehow seeing the ghosted one? Oh god.
Some weird ghosted spline bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to keep it pretty close, pretty tight.
Yeah, I mean we can backfill a little bit with some foundation to make it look better, which we'll definitely do. Whether or not I do it now or later when my OCD kicks in.
You know.
Whenever. I'll probably end up doing it later. But at least getting the route for the rails is gonna be perfect here.
Yep. Oh shoot! You know, I think I've laid around this point before, because I want to say that this big ridge that slopes down is like one super high spot, and then it just immediately disappears around to the right.
So do we want to go across? Looks like there's a flat spot on the other side.
Yeah. Oh, I just fell down. That's fine. We might want to go across right here, if we can. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the other side looks pretty flat, so like we could, like if we right where you are, if we keep hugging that ridge and then cross right there across, if you look at the other side, it looks like there's a lot of grass over there that might be.
I think that might be ideal.
All right, I think I might be too close to the wall.
You might have to do a slight curve or spiral in to start.
Yeah,
and then go into
curving it a little bit earlier here.
Yeah, because that's definitely a piece of railroad design, is to spiral into the perfect curve. So you slowly increase the radius or decrease the radius until you get to one constant radius curve, and then you increase on the way back out.
We want to go across too, right? So
I think so, and I think we would probably want to go like almost exactly to the big point on the other side.
All right, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully the steel bridge will reach.
Yeah, well, I'm more concerned about my ability to actually stay on the mountain here
Well,
while placing this.
That's definitely a reasonable concern.
Yeah, it doesn't really. There's also something weird that happens where sometimes when you change the radius, it likes to like pretend. I don't know. It's weird. It like stays at. It's hard to explain. It like changes what the radius is depending on where your point is, but it's like if I give you a 60-meter radius, it shouldn't, like the end point shouldn't matter depending on the length, but for some reason it does in this.
Oh, I've definitely seen that. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know
It's like,
exactly what you're on about. Yeah.
like you make the member longer and then all of a sudden it's a tighter corner and
It
you're
slightly
like, wait,
snaps differently. Yeah.
yeah, and you're like, that doesn't make sense. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm sure it's close enough that it's
It will
still
work.
pretty gradual.
Yeah. So I've
All right, this
cleared
is gonna work. I think if I go straight here, I'm not right on that point, but
I've cleared,
close
yeah,
enough.
around the point so that wherever you end up landing will probably be fine. But if we aim vaguely over where I'm at over here, we should be okay.
all right. I don't know if this bridge. Oh, this seems tall.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I wonder if we can still do the bridge on bridge. I don't know.
I would hope so. So definitely be the kind of bridge they would make in real life. It is too tall, sir.
Okay. Do we want to lay a bridge that we can bridge on?
Interesting.
See if that works.
Yeah, or we have to like. How? I guess the question is how tall is too tall? Like if I go slightly lower here. All right. So if I go like here. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, you placed that.
Can
Yeah.
you bridge the bridge?
Yeah, I mean, if we can't, the other option is we just bring that line down a little bit, and then.
And then it makes our iron climb even harder.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty much what you have to do, right? Like, you know, you can't build a bridge tall enough. Then we just bring it down, go across it a little lower, and then come back up, which I'm not opposed to.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Oh my god, why did I jump? I keep strafing like I'm playing some FPS shooter, and you know,
Air strafing like he's in TF2.
Yeah, I got to strafe, man, to make those, you know, to hit those sick moves, right? Like it's. Oh, I guess we'll find out if this works. Yep.
Well, there it is. Cursed Pacific, everyone.
How? Wait, are our supports touching the ground?
Goodness, they look like they almost are if they're not.
Right.
They are so close. They are within like 3 feet.
All right,
maybe.
well, let's bring it down by like 3 feet, bro. Let's
Yeah.
gotta
Just a touch.
just bring it down by like, you know,
If
maybe
you
6 feet or
make
so on this first corner,
if you make that bridge and that maybe the spline before it like a percent or two down, you'll probably be there.
Yeah, exactly. I think personally the steel bridge in this game, maybe not the rest of the bridges, but the steel bridge should just have infinitely long, like super long members. Like why can't they just be like 1,000? You know what I mean?
Just to make as big of a ridiculous bridge as possible.
Yeah, like the other ones, you could be like, okay, here's your height limit, whatever. But it's like, you know, why can't I just be like, screw it, I'm just gonna go crazy with this one.
That would be fun. Definitely would make more sense if it was like a cost aspect. So it was like, okay, well, I've got lots of money from, you know, all of the polished turds. So, you know, I can afford the giant bridge. Whereas you,
Yeah, exactly.
you little people down there, you're going to have to use wood bridges everywhere. Bring the economy into it. You know, make us feel like robber barons of the 19th century.
I'm just going down at 1% for a fair amount of distance here.
Okay.
Including the start of this bridge, because why not? Yeah, I mean, we're already basically placing track on the side of a freaking mountain. Like, just let me build an infinitely tall bridge.
Right,
You know what I
come
mean?
on.
Like,
Make it happen.
who cares if I make sky bridges? Perfect.
Well, there it is. Look at that.
Wait, am I still down 1% though? I think
Good
that whole bridge was down 1%. I want to go back to
Yeah,
even.
try and make it flat if possible. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be climbing on that. You
Yeah, that
climb
would
like
be-
right before it and stuff. But there
Yeah.
we go, back to 0.
Get the bridge flat if it works.
No, and now it won't let me do it. Really, it does have to go down.
It's got
Interesting. It's literally too tall at 0%.
cruel irony. All right,
Oh,
I'll make it
well,
a percent down, and that'll be that. At least it'll
Yeah, I
be easy
guess
to
you're-
remember where the grade is. It's the bridge.
Yeah, once you're on the bridge, you're going for it. You're just. I can't believe that. That's the difference in that must be like a foot.
It's a very important foot.
Really?
And now it won't link.
Now I can't link this.
That's fine. You built part of the way out of the canyon. This is just where we send trains to die now.
Yeah, this is it. This is the end of the line. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Can I put a stopper on it? Maybe it'll let me link a stopper, right? Like, oh, dude, I can link a
there you
turntable.
go. That's a good centerpiece.
Perfect.
It's the best centerpiece for any bridge.
Yeah, so I can link a turntable. I just can't link another
You can't
bridge
link another
to
steel bridge.
the bridge. Can I link a crossover? Oh, I can link a crossover.
Is it? Are you in circle mode and it doesn't want to link or something?
Oh, I'm in circle mode. Yeah. You know what? That's probably what it is. Let me turn off circle mode. Nope, still can't link.
Okay. Let me come see if I can do it.
Well, I have an idea. I guess I have to build this bridge further out.
I'd have to make it one shot. Yeah.
One shot. Yeah.
I'm
And
hopping
then-
my way up like a billy goat. See if I can help too.
Well, yeah. Realistically, I just gotta go like this. That's really weird that you can't link that. That's fine. We'll one shot it.
Yeah, just run it straight over.
Yeah, just to get the height, and then we'll adjust it after the fact. That,
There it is. All the way across.
and then hopefully it'll let me link this one now. Oh, I can. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, looking like you're gonna have to do a pretty sharp right-hand turn. Kind of shoot the gap right through here, maybe. I think that height Yeah, that height should just barely work out if we shoot through this little gap.
Yeah, I mean this is pretty aggressively cornered. It should be over here more, but I'm just gonna do this. This is what I'm like. I got an idea. We're just gonna go.
I don't know if you have to do that sharper one. I think you can come on the back side of this little hill. I think.
No,
height-
don't worry. This is all just nonsense. This is all.
Okay.
I'm just using this as a
You mean
placeholder. We're gonna
consense?
rebuild the bridge. We're gonna redo.
Oh, okay.
Because this is ideally where we want to end up, right? Is like somewhere out here.
Oh yeah, that might be. Oh, you're gonna change the trajectory.
Right. So yeah. So I'm gonna just do this, and then, if I put like I don't know, whatever, like something like demolish this rail, and then like we put a little bit of 3-foot with a ballast, and now we build the bridge the other way. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
then
I see what you're doing. I think it makes sense.
just
support it.
silly workarounds, for all the.
This canyon is beautiful up here, but I'm glad we've come over because we would have been on like the sheerest, most awful rock cliff over there.
I really wish this game had a flying mode.
Right.
Like I understand it's it's not realistic, but it's very difficult sometimes when you're building on the side of these mountains to
Yep.
you know.
To have to run back up again, and then you can't really jump up and over certain
Yeah,
parts
then
of
you
it.
just slide down a little
Yeah.
bit, and you're like, oh, I'm dead. Okay, well.
It's fun to watch from over here. There's a little white of your dress shirt bouncing up and down over there.
All right, so then this, theoretically. Oh, what's up, dude? How you doing? Nice bridge you got there.
Yeah.
Mind if I connect this
so a
end
little
to it?
incomplete. Yeah, go for it.
Is it gonna let me?
I
Might
hope
not
it
let
does.
me. Okay, well, I'm gonna.
You
come
might
over
have to
here.
climb up here to do it from up here.
Yeah, wonderful looking bridge you got.
Yeah. Some guy named Don something made it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Con, yeah. Oh, look at that. Well, this
There
is
we go.
cool.
It's kind of a little S-bendy-ish.
Big,
but
giant, S-bendy, cool steel trestle.
yeah, it's a little.
That's
it's
awesome.
A little squirrely here, to be honest. I feel like you can move that out a little bit.
That's fine.
But anyway, at least it gets us here at a better angle, right? Now we can.
Yeah, a lot closer.
How far are we? Are we even halfway? Oh, we're over halfway.
We're over halfway. Not vertically, but that's fine.
No, horizontally though. That's all that matters.
We'll figure out the vertical piece when we get there. Buy a bunch of shays just to move stuff up to the iron mine.
Pretty much.
I've been told that the T-boiler shay is the slowest piece of junk in the world, so I'll have to,
What is it?
have to
Powerful?
see that. Not really.
Oh, good.
There's not much of a point to get it. It's supposed to be like an early game engine, but the way that it's priced and everything is priced, it doesn't really matter. So, yeah. The Shay is a tier 3. It's got 6,000 pounds attractive effort, almost. So it's about on par with the Eureka. And it's a geared engine. 3? So what's even the point? Yeah, I see what you're doing. We're gonna do a 90-degree turn, and we'll pick up the engines and cars on jacks, and then do another 90-degree turn.
I just realized the main bridge curve needs to end up here, not over there.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we're gonna hit the mountain. So,
yep.
Oh my God, this valley, dude. What the heck?
It's a little incredible.
How are we even gonna? We're just gonna go across then again, right? And or do you want to keep left?
I don't know. I guess
Dude,
we know that we can cross
we're
now.
We're bridging this whole, like, the bridges aren't gonna be long enough.
Right.
Oh, bye.
Ah!
Get back up.
It's fine. I didn't die. I only sort of died.
We need to go up more. We need to go up more to figure out.
Nope. I want to make it across this terrain.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Welcome to Falling Down Cliff Simulator 1895.
Holy cow, the iron mine is way up there.
Yeah, I think the coal mine's taller, but yeah, it's gonna be a climb.
I mean, I think we go across to the right and then stay to the right the rest of the way.
I think so.
Like, if you look over here, I guess we can clear out a tree, but like, look, if you look there, look at where, like, if we go to that right side, look at how that right side goes down low there.
Right, yeah.
And then it's got like that flatter area below the iron mine, which is where all the helix nonsense will be.
Okay.
To get back up higher, you know?
Yeah, I've run up both sides, and yeah, you could definitely. I think dealer's choice.
I feel like sticking on this left side. Well, we could try it actually. It might be tough to get a bridge wrapped around here, but let's.
Yeah, right here it might be easier to go across again, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's just. You know what? Let's just snap our fingers though, and let the future Con and Heist, solve this problem.
I think that's a good idea, because we're gonna have to spend some time engineering this. So.
And then in the magic of editing, we'll be like, as soon as I unsnap, we'll be riding a train on the fully completed route.
Dude.
So.
I think it's genius.
Isn't that amazing? Like, it's crazy. We're not even have to do anything. Like,
the magic
it's gonna
of
be
computers.
like 2 seconds. Like, ready? Just. Oh my God, Heist! We finally made it back to our train.
Oh my God, it's such a long route.
We're not.
Hey, look at it! It's still derailed. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's right. We never. Yeah,
we
never
figured.
Okay, hold on. I'll get the front.
Just let me. Yeah.
Oh, well, let me re-rail now. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Oh,
excellent. I got the Zuma.
There. Oh, that's Heist. That's the wrong way around. Come on.
Okay, got a pin in that.
The other backwards. The other backwards.
Still backwards.
There we go. There we are.
There we go. Perfect.
Beautiful. All right.
All right. Yeah.
I need to put fire in the hole.
But it should still have some.
I mean, it'll have pressure, but it's gonna take forever to heat up.
Some Zuma power.
And I just threw a bunch of logs into your legs. I think that was what happened, because the fire didn't wake up. There it is.
All right.
So sorry about hitting you in the back of the kneecap with the pile of logs there, Con.
Oh, perfect. You pinned it. All right, let's go.
All right. High ball. I promise we built the railroad the entire way. It's done.
Oh, well,
yep.
You just ruined my disclaimer. We did not build it.
We did not build it.
It is very long to the iron mine. We've learned some things.
We did. We did learn some things. We learned many things, and I got kind of better at circle mode track laying. And it wasn't on camera, which is for a shame, because none of you will believe me.
Yeah, Heist actually made some smoothish track.
Smoothish track, yeah.
So anyway, we learned that there's a problem with this particular route, which is we're at 0% grade right now. And as you can see, the valley is slowly dropping away from us. Now, keep in mind, there are very small sections where we go down at 1% just because we had to be able to keep in contact with the valley floor. But other than that, we're pretty much at 0, and the sections that are 1% are very, very small, all the way to the helper station. And you'll just see the issue when we get to the base of the iron mine. We're still, 67 meters below the iron mine?
Yeah, pretty much. It's ridiculous. Huge
So
height
at 10%, it would take almost a kilometer of track just to climb to the iron mine.
And that's at 10%, and we have a Montezuma and a Betsy.
Yeah.
So
long story short, you probably shouldn't take this route to the iron mine. But we did build a helper station-ish, and you know, we kind of got there, and you'll see the situation. We sort of learned that there's some problems with the height, and that's why we figured, hey, we'll show you guys the progress so far, and then have you comment in the comments down below what you think the solution is. But honestly, it's probably going to be like 12 hours of track laying off camera just to get this to work.
Yeah, that's just the reality of the iron mine. It's a challenging industry to lay to.
And with the new update, you can't lay floating bridges anymore. So it makes it even harder to get to because your bridges actually have to have supports in the ground.
They actually have to do the real thing, yeah. Which, hey, I'm all here for it, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, this makes it even harder to get there.
Yeah, so you can see quite nicely here, we've got this nice snaking path. Keep in mind, we're still at 0%.
Yep, we have not started climbing yet.
No, this steel bridge here, this is where we go down a little bit at 1%, just because this bridge is actually too high off of the valley floor. So we had to go down here just a little bit.
Literally, 0% it didn't work. -1 it did.
Yeah.
That close.
But this is the only spot. And then after this bridge, like, yeah, there you can see we're way high up. But after this bridge, we go back to 0%, and then we get to the helper station, which is super nice, where we'll hook up a super powerful engine we don't have yet.
Yep.
And
we'll have to acquire that. It's fine.
How many times do you think we're going to have to run the hill if we do 8 cars of planks and beams?
Oh my god. I haven't done the math yet, but we're probably only going to get like 2 or 3 cars at a time, even with the 2 engines.
So we'll have to run the hill like 3-4 times.
It's fine. It'll make for a fun session.
Doesn't that mean we need like a switch-off area at the helper station?
Yes, we need a place to dump the rest of the train, theoretically.
I mean, in real life, if we were using the helper station properly, we wouldn't, because we just pull out a Heisler, hook it up, and go.
Precisely.
Right. You can pull. This is the helper station. So as you can see, we got the switch here.
Just pull right in.
Turntable.
Leave the little work train right here.
Yeah, perfect. So we'd pull into the helper station. You'd go into the engine shed. You'd fire up your Heisler or whatever. We should have a water tower here as well, I guess.
Yeah, we got to get some more servicing facilities here, because you would have to be ready to tackle the hill with sand, water, everything fully loaded, because the kind of hill that we're about to run up, you can see the track that I started laying down from the iron mine way up there. You can see some of the bridges up above us. And that's at like a -6.5%, and it's still that high above us, despite coming all from all the way over there. So
here too. Oh shoot.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a pretty significant climb, and so you hit a grade like that with a real train.
What about fuel? I guess like
you would need all of the fuel. You'd need all of the water. Montezuma with this tender running up a grade like that. Oh my god, you just kicked everything over everywhere on my end. Montezuma is now flipping. It's fine.
No, it's here.
It's client side Railroads Online leads for good thumbnails, is what I'm learning. So
hold on, if we have like a fuel, in Railroads Online term, the only fuel depot we have is the firewood depot facility.
Yes.
Right, which is very large.
Yes.
As we can see. So realistically, in real life though, they would just bring fuel up here. Like they would come up here with like a storage train, dump a load of fuel. So like
So for wood, I mean, they would have an agreement with someone who had wood or had trees on their property, like a farmer or a rancher or someone that would live around here, and then they would leave wood at the side of the right of way for the railroad to pick up. But in the era of coal burning engines, they would have a coal dock, and some poor dude would have to shovel coal out of a gondola onto the dock, and then when the train came, would shovel coal from the dock into the tender. Very manual affair.
For the purposes of what we're doing, I guess, we could have a Heisler or whatever up here, or whatever else, couple engines, and when they start to run low on fuel, we could just bring up a train and dump fuel from the tender into there. Yeah,
we could always just use the tender of another engine if we really needed to, for sure.
As a fuel resupply train. They really need a fuel car.
Some place to like actually store wood that you'd use for firewood, which I mean is what cordwood is.
But fuel car and deliver it to locations, because that's what, like up here, I feel like it wouldn't make sense to have a whole firewood cutting depot. You just have a car,
stored away or something along the side of the engine shed. Heck, that would be a great use for the engine shed. Would be like just a rack, a shelf on one side with firewood. I mean,
true. Then we can just dump it all in. So I don't think I'm gonna build a firewood depot here, but we'll have to put like sand and water for sure. I forgot about
it's got to thematically be totally right, because you would need to have full water, full sand, full everything. you just knocked the Montezuma down the mountain in my client side. There's nothing on the tracks anymore.
It's because I'm holding a facility and it has collisions client side, but not
for the host.
side.
So Montezuma's very derailed right now. It's fine.
Oh my god, dude! A sand house is huge too. It's gonna be a.
But sand is what you would critically need. You'd hit this hill with no sand, you would not be having a good time. I mean, this is a serious
and you
business
need sand,
railroad.
like back here on the main line, right? Because the main line train would fill up with sand as well.
Yeah,
like
precisely. Yeah, main line would fill. So we could put it back here along with the water tower.
Realistically, like put it here with the water tower.
We could do that. That would look nice.
Yeah,
so we should do that. But yeah, we're gonna have to figure out the helix and the spiral and everything up to the bridge up there and the groundwork and that's fine. I'm just underneath the railroad. Just don't run anything over it. I'm load bearing.
Good for when it rains. You can come.
We're
just
load bearing.
Here.
Yeah. We are the ballast.
So yeah, we were recording and we were like, oh, we'll make it to the Iron Mine in a single episode. It'll be fine. We won't have to do any work off camera or anything. It'll be, and then we got to that point where the bridge is up there.
Yeah.
And we're still down here, and choo-choos don't fly.
Still a lot of ways to go, but I'm excited to see how it turns out, and I'm more excited to run trains on it. I hope you guys think so too.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. This is going to be, now we got to make so much money because we need some engines. First,
we're going to need
put
engines.
a Shay in here. Just have a Shay as the original
I guess
puller.
if we feel like just, listening to Foghat slow ride the entire time, sure.
Oh, yeah. It'll be bad. It'll be very bad. But yeah, it should be good. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, check out Heist's channel, link in the description, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.